Hi guys, welcome to All Aboard. This is Aditya. So in the GK video series, in this video we are going to discuss about important rivers in India. Let's move towards the topic, and during the video I'll keep my cam off so it will be easy for you to see the complete PPT. Starting with the initial concept. If we want to divide the rivers in India, river system can be divided into two parts. That is Himalayan rivers. Himalayan rivers are round the year rivers. It means 12 months, 365 days a year you will find the water in the Himalayan rivers. While peninsular rivers are the non-Himalayan rivers. These are originated from non-Himalayan part in India, from the plateaus and the other areas, but non-Himalayan parts in India. Few of these rivers have water round the year, but most of the peninsular rivers do not have water round the year. So peninsular rivers can be divided into two categories: east flowing and west flowing. Let's start from the Himalayan rivers. So Himalayan rivers are originated from Himalaya. They are known for the very fresh water. Indus, also known as Sindhu, Ganga and Brahmaputra. While Ganga is the longest river in India, although the length of Indus and Brahmaputra is also high, but the length of Ganga is maximum in India. It is maximum in India. Now, east flowing and west flowing river. In the east flowing river, the major rivers are Mahanadi, Krishna, Godavari. Godavari is also known as Old Ganga or also known as Dakshin Ganga. Kaveri. West flowing rivers are Narmada, Tapti flows in Madhya Pradesh, Sharavati, Karnataka, Luni River, Rajasthan. So these are the major rivers of India. We are going to discuss about their tributaries as well, starting with the first one, Indus. Indus, which is also known as Sindhu, its total length is approximately 2,880 km, but in India it is 1,114 km. Rest of the Indus river is in Pakistan. So basically it is, you can say that it is one of the largest river. It is having largest river basin in Pakistan. So it originated from Lake Mansarovar near Tibet region in Kailash mountain range in Himalaya. So here you will find the origin of Indus river. This is the Indus river in Kailash mountain range, Himalaya. After entering into Jammu Kashmir, it flows between Ladakh and Zaskar range. It flows through Ladakh, Balochistan, Gitgil, and it enters in Pakistan near Chillar in Dardistan region. Finally, discharge into Arabian Sea east of Karachi. I said you most of the Indus river you find in which country? In Pakistan compared to India. Indus flows only in India in Leh district of Ladakh. The tributaries of Indus are Satluj, Ravi, Beans, Chenab, Jhelum. These all are the major tributaries of Indus river. The water of Indus river is shared by India and Pakistan. According to the Indus Water Treaty signed in between two countries on 19th September 1960. According to this treaty, India utilized only 20% of its total discharge water, remaining 80% shared by India with Pakistan according to the treaty. Now, its tributaries, Jhelum arises from the spring at Verinag at the foot of Pir Panchal in southeast Kashmir. So it is found in Jhelum. You will find the origin of Jhelum here in Kashmir. The origin of Jhelum here in Jammu Kashmir, in the southeast of Kashmir, near Verinag, and it flows through Srinagar and Vular Lake, which is the largest freshwater lake in India. It is the largest freshwater lake in India. In the video of important lakes in India, we have discussed about it as well. It enters in Pakistan through the deep narrow gorge and joins Chenab near Jhang in Pakistan. Chenab River. It is the largest tributary of Indus. Two streams, Chandra and Bhaga, join to form Chenab. So there, the two main tributaries of Chenab is Chandra and Bhaga. After joining them, they called Chenab. Near Keylong in Himachal Pradesh. So it originates from Himachal Pradesh, you can say that, and it is the largest tributary of Indus. Next is Ravi. It originates near Rohtang Pass. It flows through Chambal Valley from Kullu Hills. It drains between southeastern Pir Panjal and Dhauladhar range. Ravi joined Chenab in Pakistan at Sarai Sindhu. Bees. It originates near Bees Kund in Rohtang Pass. It passes through Kullu Valley, George at Kathi, Largi at Dhauladhar range, and all these ranges, Rohtang Pass, Dhauladhar range, we have discussed in the video where we were discussing the mountains. So if you have any confusion, you can check the video of mountains. It enters in Pakistan, then meet Satluj at Harike. Now Satluj is very famous river. Satluj is also known for the Bhakra Nangal Dam project. So it mainly, this project is situated in Himachal Pradesh. Bhakra Nangal Dam project is situated in Himachal Pradesh. Satluj originates from Rakas near Mansarovar in Tibet. So it also originates in Tibet. Satluj. Here you will find very near to the origin of Indus and Satluj. They originate from near to each other. Satluj flows parallel to Indus 400 km, enters India at George in Ropar through Shipkila and enters into Punjab plain. Bhakra Nangal project is the very important project which is situated on Satluj river in Himachal Pradesh. Next one, Ganga. So guys, these were till now we have completed Indus and the tributaries of Indus. In the last, I am going to show you the important road bridge constructed on the rivers. That table I'll share with you in the last of the video. So please stay till last, complete the video till last. Ganga formed with the combination of two main rivers. So actually Ganga does not originate directly. There are two main rivers which originate. One is Bhagirathi, another is Alaknanda. So there are two rivers, Bhagirathi, Alaknanda, which combine at Devprayag, Uttarakhand. They are also Himalayan rivers. They originated from Himalaya, and they combined together at Devprayag, Uttarakhand to form Ganga. So after the combination of Bhagirathi and Alaknanda, it is called what? Ganga. The source of Bhagirathi is Gomukh, from Gomukh, Alaknanda from Badrinath, Mandakini from Kedarnath. All are in Uttarakhand. All these rivers originates in Uttarakhand. So Bhagirathi from Gomukh, Alaknanda from Badrinath, and Mandakini from Kedarnath. The combinations of these rivers is called Ganga. The length of Ganga is 2525 km in India. It is the longest river in India. This is important. Yamuna is the most important tributary of Ganga. It originates from Yamunotri glacier. It originates from Yamunotri glacier in Uttarakhand. It runs parallel to Ganga for 800 km and then join Ganga at Allahabad. Tihri Dam is the tallest dam in India. It is a multi-purpose rock dam which is situated on Bhagirathi river. Bhagirathi, just I told you what is Bhagirathi. Bhagirathi from Gomukh and Alaknanda from Badrinath. When they join together, then they form Ganga. So actually, indirectly, we can say that Tehri Dam is situated on Ganga. But don't answer it in the examination. If in the exam you get the option Bhagirathi, then answer will be Bhagirathi. Bhagirathi is not there in the option, then answer is Ganga, because Bhagirathi is the river which on the later stage called Ganga. I hope you understand, which later state it is called Ganga. So place is what? Alaknanda, Devprayag, Uttarakhand, it is called Ganga. So from here you will find it is called Ganga. Gangotri, Gomukh, Gangotri, here you have the points. And after that in Allahabad, Yamuna also joins Ganga. Yamuna also joins Ganga, where in Allahabad, here in Allahabad. The important tributaries of Ganga are Ghagra, 1080 km, Son River flows in Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh, 780 km, Gandak, 425 km, Kosi flows in Bihar, also known as the Sorrow of Bihar. It is important, 730 km, Gomti River, 805 km, Damodar, 541 km. Now, why Kosi is called the Sorrow of Bihar? Because of its flood. Every year there is a huge destruction because of Kosi in Bihar. So that is why Kosi is called Sorrow of Bihar. Ganga flows east till Farakka in West Bengal. Then take right turn like here. Then take right turn from here. Take right turn and flows in Bangladesh. Flows in Bangladesh. In Bangladesh, Ganga is known as Padma. So now the name of Ganga changed in Bangladesh. Now Ganga is known as Padma in Bangladesh. It meets Brahmaputra. Brahmaputra known as Jamuna. Jamuna. In Bangladesh, Brahmaputra known as Jamuna. Padma and Jamuna. It means actually Ganga and Brahmaputra. Don't get confused. Ganga is known as what? Padma. Brahmaputra known as Jamuna. So when I say Padma is joining Jamuna, it is actually Ganga is joining Brahmaputra. So Padma and Jamuna, when they meet each other, they called Meghna. They called Meghna. So Meghna is the last name of Ganga and Brahmaputra both when they join together. Finally, in the Bay of Bengal, Meghna falls. Which river falls in the Bay of Bengal? It's Meghna. So you will observe here, the name of Ganga is not Ganga initially also. It was Bhagirathi, Alaknanda. The name of Ganga is not Ganga at the end also. It is Meghna. So not even in initial, not at the end. Ganga is the name in the middle of the journey of Ganga river. But these rivers form deltas at the mouth that is known as Sundarban Delta, which is the largest and fastest growing delta in the world. Largest and fastest growing delta in the world. It was Ganga. Now next is Yamuna. Yamuna is the tributary of Ganga. It originates from Yamunotri Glacier on the southwest slope of Bandarpooch Peak of Lower Himalayas in Uttarakhand. I told you what is Greater Himalaya, Middle Himalaya, Lesser Himalaya and Lower Himalaya in the video of Himalayan where we have discussed. So Bandarpooch Peak originates from Bandarpooch Peak from the Yamunotri Glacier. Its length is 1376 km. It merged with Ganga at Triveni Sangam, Prayagraj, Allahabad. The important tributaries of Yamuna is Chambal. Chambal originates in Madhya Pradesh, 1050 km. Sindh, Betwa also originates in Madhya Pradesh, and Ken. So all these rivers usually originate from Madhya Pradesh and join Yamuna in Uttar Pradesh or Bihar, usually in Uttar Pradesh. Next, Brahmaputra. Now, Brahmaputra is also interesting. Brahmaputra originates east of Mansarovar Lake in Himalaya. Here. This is the origin of Brahmaputra, east of Mansarovar Lake in Himalaya. Brahmaputra, known as Sangpo in Tibet. In Tibet, it is called Sangpo. This overall Tibet region, it is called Sangpo. And Jamuna in Bangladesh. I told you the name of Brahmaputra, that it is called Jamuna in Bangladesh. It has total length of 2900 km, 2900 km. When it reaches Namcha Barwa, it takes U-turn. From here it takes U-turn. This is the place of Namcha Barwa. So from here it takes U-turn and enters in India in Arunachal Pradesh. In Arunachal Pradesh, it is called Dihang. It's called Dihang. Later, Dihang, Lohit, and many other tributaries join, and now onwards, it is called Brahmaputra. From here, it called Brahmaputra. So Brahmaputra is the bigger form of Dihang, Lohit, and many other tributaries. Majuli River Island in the Assam is situated on Brahmaputra. It is the biggest river island in the world. Majuli River Island in Assam, it is the biggest river island in the world. After flowing through some northeastern states, Brahmaputra finally entered in Bangladesh, meet Ganga, and after that they called Meghna, and finally Meghna joins Bay of Bengal. Means the last story, the ending story of Ganga and Brahmaputra is completely same. Both falls together called Meghna in Bay of Bengal. Peninsular rivers. In the peninsular rivers, we have east flowing and the west flowing rivers. The first one is River Godavari. River Godavari is the longest river in southern India. It is the longest river in southern India and the second longest river of India after Ganga. Its length is 1465 kilometers. It is also known as Dakshin Ganga or Old Ganga. It is also known as Dakshin Ganga or Old Ganga. It originates from Nasik district in Maharashtra. Nasik district in Maharashtra. Here, Trambakeshwar. A religious place for Hindus, Trambakeshwar, Nasik. So it originates from Western Ghat, Nasik district of Maharashtra, from Trambakeshwar. The main tributaries are Purna, Vardha, Manjra, Pranhita, Vainganga, Penganga. So all these are the tributaries of Godavari river. It flows through Maharashtra, Odisha, Andhra Pradesh, and finally falls in Bay of Bengal. So it is the largest river of southern India. Very, very important, guys. Next is Mahanadi. Here we will see here you can see, here we have Narmada. Narmada is a west flowing river. Tapti is west flowing river. West means flowing from here east to west. West flowing river. Godavari is east flowing river. Krishna, Kaveri. So all these rivers are here. Mahanadi. Mahanadi originate from the highland of Chhattisgarh. So it originates from Chhattisgarh. Mahanadi originates from Chhattisgarh. It flows through Chhattisgarh, Odisha, and finally drains in Bay of Bengal. The length is 815 kilometers. Mahanadi is also known for Hirakud Dam, which is the longest dam in India. Remember, Hirakud is the longest dam in India. Highest dam, I told you, just Tehri Dam is the highest one. And this is Hirakud Dam, which is the longest dam in India. So Hirakud is built across the Mahanadi river, about 15 kilometers from Sambalpur in the state of Odisha. Behind the dam, Hirakud Lake is situated, which is approximately 55 kilometers long. So it is a big source of water in Odisha. Next is Krishna River. Krishna River originates from Mahabaleshwar in Maharashtra. Here we have Krishna. So it originates from here. Mahabaleshwar in Maharashtra falls in Bay of Bengal. So it originates from Mahabaleshwar in Maharashtra, also known as Krishna Veni. Tributaries are Tungabhadra, Bhima, Dini, Halia, Panchganga. So all these are the tributaries of which river? Krishna Veni river or Krishna river. Krishna Veni or Krishna river. So you should learn the name, only the name of tributaries. That Tungabhadra is the tributary of which river? Answer will be Krishna. Krishna originates from Mahabaleshwar, Maharashtra. The length of Krishna is 1400 river, 1400 kilometer. It is the fourth longest river of India. It flows through Maharashtra, Karnataka, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, and finally drains in Bay of Bengal. Kaveri. Kaveri. Kaveri River, it is also known as Puni River, originates from Tala Kaveri, Kodagu. Kodagu means, maybe you know this from the Scotland of India, Kurg. Kurg. So it is famous with the name of Kurg. So when you say Kurg, it is actually Kodagu district, also known as Scotland of India. So Tala Kaveri originates in Karnataka in the Western Ghats from the place called Scotland of India. The tributaries of are Shimsa, Himavati, Arkavati, Kabini, Bhavani, Amravati. All these are the tributaries of Kaveri. Its length is approximately 800 km. It flows through Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, falls into Bay of Bengal. West flowing rivers. Next is west flowing rivers. They are very, very important. So Narmada. Narmada, it rises from Amarkantak hills in Madhya Pradesh and also known for the lifeline of Madhya Pradesh. It is the longest river of Madhya Pradesh. Madhya Pradesh is also known for the rivers, guys. The maximum river in India is situated in Madhya Pradesh only. So it is the state of rivers. The length of Narmada is 1312 kilometer. It flows westward direction, opposite to other river. It flows westward direction, originate from here, Amarkantak, flows in the westward direction. So here you will find the dams, Bargi Dam, Tawa Dam, Bargi Dam, Tawa Dam. After that, Maheshwar Dam, Omkareshwar Dam, Maheshwar Dam, Omkareshwar Dam, Sardar Sarovar Dam. So all these dams are situated on Narmada River. All these dams are situated on Narmada River, and the Gulf of Khambat, it finally falls into the Gulf of Khambat in Arabian Sea. It finally falls into the Gulf of Khambat in Arabian Sea. Narmada is also called Rewa. Previously it was called Narbada. Now it is also called Rewa. There are lots of names for Narmada, but India-wide famous is Rewa. Tributaries are Kolar, Hiran, Shakkar, Tawa. There are approximately 42 tributaries of Narmada. So you cannot learn all the 42 names. There are approximately 42 tributaries of Narmada. Now, Narmada, parallelly to Narmada, one more river flows. That is called Tapi or Tapti. Tapti originates from the Satpura range of Madhya Pradesh. It flows westward through the Rift Valley. Its length is approximately 724 km. It flows through Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Gujarat, and falls in the Khambat in Arabian Sea. So it flows parallel. I told you it flows parallel to which river? It flows this here. Tapti originates from here. And it flows parallel to Narmada. And fall at the same place that the Bay of Khambat in Arabian Sea. The Gulf of Khambat in Arabian Sea. The main tributaries are Arunvati, Gomi, Panjara. These are the tributaries of Tapti. Remember one point, it already came in the examination multiple times, that which rivers does not form delta. Narmada and Tapti does not form delta. West flowing river Saravati. It originates in the Western Ghats in Karnataka. Its length is approximately 128 km. Flows westward within Karnataka, finally join Arabian Sea. So this is a river which flows in Karnataka but falls in Arabian Sea, not in Bay of Bengal. Now Saravati is also known for Jog waterfall, which is also known as Garsoppa waterfall. Jog or Garsoppa is the highest waterfall in India. It is the highest waterfall in India, which is situated on Saravati river. Its height is 253 meters. It is situated in Shimoga district of Karnataka. It is situated in Shimoga district of Karnataka, and it is the highest waterfall in India. So they can ask you during the examination like Jog or Garsopa waterfall is situated on which river? So answer will be Saravati river. Next is Luni. Luni. Luni is also known as Lonari, Lavanvati or Salt river. It flows in Rajasthan, flows west through Thar desert and finally join Marshy land run of Kutch in Gujarat. So this river get you can say that completely invisible in the run of Kutch. The tributaries are Jovai, Sukri and Jojari. These are the tributaries. These are the tributaries of Luni river. Next one is Chambal. Chambal originates at Janapav hill south of Mahu near Indore in Madhya Pradesh. In Vindhyachal range. Its tributary, it is a tributary of Yamuna river in central India. Length is approximately 1050 km and finally it fall in Chambal river in Uttar Pradesh. Now guys, here we have the list of longest bridge in India. The longest river bridge of India is situated on Lohit river. It is situated in Assam. It is connecting to Assam and Arunachal Pradesh. The bridge is connecting to Assam and Arunachal Pradesh. Dhola Sadia bridge, also known as Bhupen Hazarika bridge. This is very, very important. This name is very important. So Bhupen Hazarika bridge is the longest river bridge in India. The length is 9.15 kilometers, situated on Lohit river. Dibang river bridge, 6.2 kilometer. Dibang river situated in Arunachal Pradesh. Mahatma Gandhi Setu, Patna, Bihar, 5.75 kilometers, situated on Ganga river, situated in South Patna to Hajipur, connecting South Patna to Hajipur. So guys, this is done from my side. I have discussed all the important rivers in India with you. I hope you will find the video fruitful for you and utilize it for your upcoming examination. I'll meet you in the upcoming video. Till that time, keep watching Olive Board. Jai Hind.